The craft beer movement in this country has been powered by hops, the flower that gives beers like pale ales and IPAs a wide range of delicious flavor. The American craft beer industry produces just over 12% of the beer brewed in America, but it consumes a staggering 40% of domestically grown hops, about 3/4 of which come from the Yakima Valley in Washington state.
The high desert has long days of sunshine, virtually no rain, but access to water from the Cascade Mountains. Perfect conditions for hops farming. And it's where the country's top brewers go every September to personally shop for their hops. Dana Jacobson joined them.
This is the mecca of hops, the Yakima Valley in the heartland of Washington state, home to hops farms as far as the eye can see. Each fall, it's the destination of choice for legions of craft brewers who make their pilgrimage not for the sights, but for the scents.
Oh, wow. Really nice aroma.
Like Sierra Nevada founder Ken Grossman and a team of scentologists.
Picked on the 4th of September.
Correct.
Who we watched selecting some of this year's crop.
We're selecting over 50 different varieties with 50 unique aromatics.
Megan Peltz has a master's in sensory science.
Similar, just a little bit more intense in the middle one.
We smelled hops that were harvested September 1st, September 4th, and September 7th, and they were markedly different.
Grossman is a pioneer in the craft beer movement.
This has to be very different from what it was like when you first came here in the 70s.
It is.
When he first came to Yakima, Grossman says it was pretty much a one-hop town, with the crop used mostly for bittering.
So what changed?
Well, we started focusing on a hop. Actually, the hop right behind us is called Cascade in our pale ale in 1980.
In the decades to follow, craft brewers began to focus on the untapped potential of other hop varieties.
So there's literally thousands of different varieties of hop. These vines will emerge and they'll go from mid-May to 18 feet tall and by July 4th.
Farmers like Eric Demaray at CLS Farms have been growing their crops to meet the growing demand.
We've tripled our size over the last 5 years.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
In 5 years.
Yep.
CLS isn't the only farm to benefit from the industry's unquenchable thirst for hops.
Would you say that it helped save some of the farms in this area?
Yeah, absolutely. The hop industry would have existed for sure in the Yakima Valley, but it's a more vibrant and healthier industry now with more players and more farmers.
It's a far cry from the industry this fourth-generation hops farmer chose to enter in taking on the family business.
Was it something that your family wanted you to be in?
The hop industry in the 90s, kind of when I graduated from college, was kind of in a 40-year secular decline. And so I think they would have preferred if I would have did something else, but I didn't quite let them have that option. I kind of just nosed right in there. What we're really after is that yellow substance, and its term is called lupulin. So what we like to do is get a little heat in it. Hear that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so every variety has a unique aroma to it. And so some express themselves as pine, some express themselves as citrus,
And that's
grapefruit.
my flavor that I may taste because it goes in at the end of the beer.
Yep, exactly.
We caught up with Demaray during the busy fall harvest, which lasts about 40 days. In that time, the farm is in production 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
15 years ago, you would never see a brewer. I mean, we'd never even have a visitor.
Just call in an order through some company.
Yeah, that's really dramatically changed in 6 years.
Now, brewers like Adam Schmidt out of Michigan make the trek to Yakima from all over the country.
For us, it's imperative that we come out here.
Why?
The hops that we're currently using this year need to match the hops that are on the vines right now and that are coming down.
So that my founders always taste like my founders.
Exactly.
It's not all business, thanks to the month-long party at Sports Center, a bar in downtown Yakima. It's a chance for brewers and farmers to enjoy the fruits of their labor and to talk shop.
Everybody's getting down to business during the day, doing hop selection, checking out farms, and then at night we're all going and hanging out together and kind of seeing what new things we're all coming up with. Not everybody was interacting with the farmers and getting to know the people that were growing their ingredients.
Yeah.
But they still felt the connection with the hops, and that's kind of where everything grew. It's, well, we're putting these in our beer, so we need to come out and see what's going on and meet these people.
The dramatic growth in demand for hops these farms have seen over the past decade has slowed down a bit.
There's nothing really to do with hops but make beer. So when there's excess hops, it's very problematic. When there's too many hops, the price crashes very quickly, which is effective because it sends the messages to stop producing.
But Desmarais says there are indications the craft beer phenomenon will go global.
We see 4 or 5 years of a little bit of ruggedness in the market. It appears there's going to be a nice runway there for a lot of years.
And so Yakima, Washington, and this Yakima Valley will be at the center of it all.
Yes, absolutely. This will continue to be the dominant growing region.
For CBS This Morning Saturday, Dana Jacobson, Moxie, Washington.
Wow.
I mean, thank you, hops, for making my beer so delicious.
That's an assignment I wish I had.
Yeah, right? The beer-covered beat. Go, Dana.
The beer beat.